Hi, this is the 13th video for my eShop web application project. Here our task is to program the product registration page including image uploading. Here in my product registration page, there's a part which says add product images along with the button upload images. Here in my code, for this add product images part, there's an input field with the type file ID image uploader, for which I have given a multiple attribute, and for this upload images button I have given an on-click event change product image. In the JavaScript side, I have made the function change product image and I have grabbed the input field with the ID image uploader and stored it as var image. For image, I have given an onChange function, and in that function I have taken the image file length and stored it as var file count. I have given an if condition to see if the file count is less or equal to 3, this for loop will start and generate URLs for each image file. In this add product images part, there are 3 divs with image tags. For each of these image tags, I have given the IDs I0, I1, I2. Here in this for loop, I have made it so that each of the URLs that will be generated for each of these image tags will replace the SRC for the image tags with the IDs I0, I1, I2. If there are more than 3 image files, an alert will appear saying please select 3 or less than 3 images. Now onto the programming of the product registration. Here at the top I have given a PHP script require connection.php because I need to be connected with my database, and then an if condition so that only a user who is in session can add a product. That is, you have to be signed in to add a product, and then I have given separate IDs for all the selectors and the input fields. Then for the button save product, I have given an on-click event add product. In the JavaScript side, I grabbed all the selectors and the input fields that I gave the IDs to and stored them like this. For condition, if the radio button with the ID B is checked, condition will be assigned the value 1, and if the radio button with the ID U is checked, condition will be assigned the value 2. Then I have made the form, stored it as varf to take all this data to the server side. I have made the form and appended all the data as name and value. For image, I have taken the image file length, stored it as var file count, started this for loop and appended each image file to the form. Then I have sent this form to the server side by Ajax using the post method to the addProductProcess.php file in the server side. This is the addProductProcess.php file. Here at the top I have given session start and then a require connection.php. Here I have taken the email of the user who is in session and stored it as $email, and then I have stored all the data that I got from the JavaScript side and stored them like this. Here there are some general input validations and echoes for when the data is not given or selected, and then some special ones for when the title is more than 100 characters, an echo saying title should have lower than 100 characters. For when the quantity is equal to 0, not a whole number or less than 0, an echo saying invalid input for quantity. For when the cost is not a numeric value, then invalid input for cost. For when the delivery fee is not a numeric value, an echo saying invalid input for delivery cost for inside Colombo or outside Colombo. If all these validations have been passed, I have given a search query to my brand has model table in the database to search whether there is a row with the given brand ID and the model ID. If there is a row with that brand ID and model ID, then the ID of that row will be given to model has brand ID. If there is no row like that, then a new row will be inserted into the brand has model table with the given brand ID and the model ID, and the ID of that new row will be given to $model has brand ID. Here with this code I have taken the added time of the product. The status is given as 1, and then I have given this insert query to insert the product into my product table. Then for the image files, I have checked if the images are valid. The images will be valid only if they are JPG, JPEG, PNG or SVG files. If they are not of those type, then invalid image type will be echoed from the server side. If they are of those types, then the new file name will be generated like this, and then I have given an insert query to insert those parts into the images table in my database. When the product details have been inserted into the product table and the images have been inserted into the images table, then the server side will echo saved. Now the JS side will be waiting and watching to see the response from the server side. If the response from the server side is saved, then the page will reload. If it is something else, then an alert will come displaying the response from the server side. Here in my code, for the category selector and the brand selector, I have given an onChange event for category selector as load brand and for brand selector as load model. In the JS side, I have taken this function load brand, and in there I have grabbed the value of the category selector and stored it as var category. Then I have sent this to the server side by Ajax using the get method to the loadbrand.php file with the name C. In the loadbrand.php file, at the top I have given a require connection.php and then an if condition to see if a user is in session. If the C is sent to this loadbrand.php file, I have stored this C as $category ID. Then I have given a search query to the brand table in my database, where the category ID is this given category ID. If there are rows in my brand table like that, I have made it so to display only those rows for the brand selector. If there is no category ID like that, then the brand selector will display all the brands from my brand table. Same for load model. Here model selector will only show models with that brand ID. Now to check if this process works, I will add a new product. This is my database and this is the product table, and the new item is added here.